Wildcat Stadium, where we are underway here in the 77th edition of the A-Meet River Rivalry between Central and Denham Springs. It is Wildcats football to start the game. About a 15-yard game from Platt to Brown on the first play of the game. Now on the second snap, Brown taken down about 3 yards in the Central backfield. Mario Jerez here with you, flying solo tonight. Unfortunately, we are having some technical difficulties with our video stream, so for now, we will treat this like a radio broadcast until we hopefully get that resolved. Either way, it is Central football here in the first possession of the ball game. 11-10 to go in the first quarter. Ja'Cory Platt in the shotgun, 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 41. His pass across the middle is caught. Moderate gain on second down near midfield. The reception is made by Ty Williams, and it'll bring up a 3rd and about 5 for the Wildcats. This is the 77th edition of the A-Meet River Rivalry. Central leads this series 37, 35, and 4. Wildcats winning last year's meeting 31-6. And the visitors play a 3rd and 5 here from the Central 49-yard line. First possession of the game. Pistol set for Ja'Cory Platt. Here's Platt to throw. 4-man Denham Springs rush. Throw across the middle. Incomplete in between the hash marks. He was trying to hit Brody Dill. The pass a little high. Decent coverage on the play by the Yellow Jackets. Caden Allen, the senior linebacker, got over. The pass was a little high from Platt. It'll bring up a 4th down for Central. So the Wildcats go 3 and out on their first possession of the game. Good stand by the Denham Springs defense as the Yellow Jackets come into this matchup 1-0 on the season. They were victorious last week 34-15 against Hammond in their season opener. Brody Dill out to punt. Ball will be snapped from the 49. Dill's cleats planted at the Central 35-yard line. Dill's punt in the air after a clean snap. It'll be returned from the 20-yard line, and the returner, Tanner Kerner, is walloped by multiple Yellow Jackets at the 20-yard line, including Emil Raffini. Multiple white jerseys, including Raffini, were there to make the play. It is now Denham Springs football with 10:25 left in the first quarter. We are scoreless between the Yellow Jackets and the Wildcats. Yellow Jackets football, first possession of the game for them. They will start at their own 20. The Wildcats come into this matchup 1-0 after a hard-fought win last week, 20-13 over De La Salle in a defensive battle over at Wildcat Stadium. Now 1st and 10 for Denham Springs and Dejon Goldman. First snap of the game, Goldman short throw complete to Ray, and Big 44 will line up all over the field tonight, and he's still driving his feet for extra Denham Springs yardage. It took about 4 Wildcats to finally take down Hayden Ray at about the Denham Springs 27. So a good gain for Ray on 1st down. Big number 44. Good game last week against Hammond as Ray ran it 3 times for 41 yards and a touchdown. And you'll see a lot of Denham Springs players tote the rod tonight. Very diverse running game for head coach Brett Beard. As Dejon Goldman in the shotgun, not to be confused with Deshaun, who's his twin brother. You'll hear a lot from him on this broadcast. Dejon's pass is caught near side, looking for room all the way down to the 34-yard line, trying to get my sight on the number as the pass was caught by Matthew Duvall, the senior wide receiver. It is enough for a Denham Springs 1st down. So the Yellow Jackets move the chains for the first time tonight. They play a 1st and 10 from their own 34, 9:23 left in this first quarter. We're scoreless between Central and Denham Springs. First possession of the game for the Yellow Jackets. Dejon Goldman in the shotgun, coming off a 125-yard effort through the air last week. 3 touchdowns against Hammond. As this handoff finds Ray, and Ray met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Excellent penetration on the Central defensive line, and they say the football came out at the last second. Ball carrier could not hang on to it as he was met immediately by, it looked like Cullen Polito. Either way, multiple white jerseys in on the play, and somehow in that pile the football came out and the Wildcats got on top of it. So a Denham Springs fumble on their first possession of the game, and now the Yellow Jackets, or the Wildcats I should say, sitting pretty 1st and 10 from the Yellow Jacket 35. Ja'Cory Platt had a rushing touchdown last week in the season opener. Platt takes the snap at the 40 from the shotgun, lets it go. Deep pass is caught between the hash marks initially, and then it was broken up as Keith and Womack got both hands on it, but at the last second, Quentin Clay, the senior DB, jarred the football loose. Throw was a little high, but credit the defensive back who made a great play at the last second, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Excellent protection for Platt on that play. Dill had a step, but they cannot complete it, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Denham Springs 35, and a lot of pre-snap movement. You could penalize multiple Wildcats, I think, here. Tristan Rose was definitely leaning forward before the snap. Not sure who the guilty party is. Either way, 5 yards. 5 yards ahead. So they'll penalize Denham Springs. So we mentioned multiple white jerseys moving early. I guess they were all drawn offside. That'll bring up a 2nd and 5. Yellow Jacket 35. Second possession of the game for Central. Ja'Cory Platt in the shotgun. He's back to throw. Tries to set up a screen, and it's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Nearly intercepted by the big D lineman, Devin Cupid. Someone got a hand on it at the line of scrimmage. Good job by Platt to let the D line rush up the field. Brown was going to have space, but Denham Springs gets a hand on the football. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 5. Not quite in range, you would think, for Pedro de Sousa Costa. Maybe 4-down territory for Zach Morris's offense. 3rd and 5 Central from the Denham Springs 35. Second possession of the game. Here's Platt. Hands off right side to Tristan Rose, who has a hole. And now Tristan cuts it back towards the middle in between the hash marks. He's all the way down to the 20-yard line. A big gain of 15 for Central and a 1st down Wildcats. Tackle made by Caden Allen, perhaps saving a touchdown. Either way, Central knocking on the door at the red zone. 1st and 10 Wildcats from the Denham Springs 21. 8:34 to play in this first quarter. Scoreless here in the 77th edition of the A-Meet River Rivalry. Play fake for Platt. Throw near side is caught. High point in the football at the 10 is Keithan Womack, who fights his way all the way down inside the 5, officially at the 4. A gain of 17 from Platt to Womack. 1st down Wildcats. 1st and goal Central, as the clock is live with 8:19 to play in this first quarter. Second Wildcat possession. They're trying to punch it into the end zone. 1st and goal from the Denham Springs 5. Tristan Rose on Ja'Cory Platt's right hip. Man in motion is Womack to the right side. Here's Platt rolling out to his right, keeping his eyes down the field, still looking, letting it go for the back of the end zone. And a diving attempt was made by Brody Dill about 8 yards deep in the end zone. Couldn't quite get there. Pass a little wide, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Brody Dill, very effective throughout training camp. Caught a long bomb during the scrimmage against East Ascension. Still looking for his first score of the season, as that'll bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats. 2nd and goal, I should say. Ball is on the 5. And Platt is under center now as the Wildcats come out in the eye. Brody Naps in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's Naps trying to left side. He will bowl forward for extra yardage to get a little bit closer, but won't quite get there. Nice job by the Denham Springs defense to limit the damage. Looked like Trendon Matoyer making the stop, and now a big situation here. 3rd and goal Central from the Denham Springs 3. They come out in the same formation. It's Ja'Cory Platt in the eye with Naps as the tailback. Here's the snap. Naps up the middle, now bounces it out to the right, drives his feet and gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Brody Naps is in from 3 yards out as he dragged Angel Moreau into the end zone. First contact made about a yard past the line of scrimmage, but big number 18 kept it going and drew first blood for the Wildcats. Good showing by the Central fans who are on their feet, celebrating the first score of the game by Brody Naps, who has his 2nd touchdown of the season. And the Wildcats punch it in off the turnover. Now Max Gasso to hold. The snap a little low. They still get it down. Pedro de Sousa Costa gets it up, and it's no good to the left. It did have the distance, but he hooked it. Snap a little errant as well, but the Wildcats are still in the end zone first, and with 7:26 to play here from Yellow Jacket Stadium, it's Central 6, Denham Springs 0. We're back after this short break. You're watching the Wildcats Network.
Bug Ninja is a pest control company born and based in Louisiana. A fact that we're proud of because, unlike many of the national companies that operate in our area, we focus on the safety and satisfaction of our neighbors. Whether it's ants, roaches, mice, rats, spiders, wasps, bed bugs, termites, or mosquitoes, the Bug Ninja team know exactly what pests affect Louisiana property and how to deal with them in the most effective ways. It's all possible because our company culture is centered not around sales, but around our team members. We take care of them and take pride in the fact that each and every one are equipped with the resources and know-how to take care of you, the client, and our neighbor. That's the very reason we don't have salespeople. Our number one goal is to do the work and do it well. We recognize that our reputation is on the line every time we come out to visit your home. So we're going to make sure we take care of your problem and take care of it in the right way.
Greetings once again from Yellow Jacket Stadium, where Central is on the board first. 7:21 to play in this first quarter. It's the Wildcat 6, Denham Springs 0. Apologies, we're having some technical difficulties on the video side, but we will do our best and give you the live play-by-play here from the 77th edition of the A-Meat River Rivalry. If you were curious, Central leads that series 37, 35, and 4. Of course, the Wildcats victorious last year 31-6. Inside of Wildcat Stadium, and now the second iteration of this rivalry, which was rekindled last year. Goldman takes the first down snap for Denham Springs, hands off across the middle, and once again, nowhere to go. Excellent push by that Central defensive line and Alexander Stewart, who's back in the lineup. Wildcat fans will be happy about that. And it's a short gainer for the Yellow Jackets on first down. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8 from the Denham Springs 24. Dejon Goldman, first-year starter, 10 for 17, 125 yards, and 3 touchdowns last week against Hammond. Also threw an interception. Deshaun Goldman in the shotgun here for 2nd and 8. Ball rests on the 24. Here's the snap and a play fake, and a throw across the middle is caught on a nice throw by Goldman, who finds his brother Goldman, Dejon to Deshaun, as it's a gain of 17 for the Yellow Jackets. First down, Denham Springs. And that is a deadly combination. Wildcats fans should be familiar with both of those brothers, as they were both also starters on the Denham Springs basketball team, which of course was eliminated by Central in last year's playoff semifinals. Either way, these are some talented athletes wearing number 1 and number 3 for the Jackets tonight. 1st and 10, Denham Springs from their 41. Play fake, and then a throw is caught by Trey Seals on the near side, and Seals wrestles his way up to the Denham Springs 48. Nice stop on the play made by Devontae Sanders to bring up 2nd down. Devontae Sanders had the big hit on the last snap of last week's game against De La Salle, the exclamation point on that victory. And this Central defense, as good as they've been statistically, still finding their rhythm a little bit in their second game of the season, as the Yellow Jackets play a 2nd and 4 from the Denham Springs 47. Dejon Goldman by himself in the shotgun. Here's the quarterback power to the right side. He's looking for some blocks, and he's taken down just short of midfield at the 49-yard line. Nice run fit by the Central linebackers there to bring up a 3rd and 1. Multiple Central tacklers on the play. That'll bring up a timeout with 5:58 to play in this first quarter. It's Central 6, Denham Springs 0. We're back after this. You're watching the Wildcats Network. Stadium where they're feeling it on the Denham Springs side of the field. The Yellow Jackets have taken the lead 7-6 with 4 minutes left in this first quarter. Now on the ensuing kickoff, it's Ty Williams looking for a seam right side and breaks multiple tackles. A good return for Central as there are no flags on the play. Ty Williams on the crossfield return sets the Wildcats up 1st and 10 from their own 44. The Yellow Jackets have the lead here as they're looking for the upset over Central. 3:50 left in the first quarter. It's Denham Springs 7 and Central 6. DeJean Goldman just hauled in a touchdown pass from his brother DeJean to answer the Central touchdown, and now Central looks for an answer to the answer. 1st and 10 Wildcats from their own 46. Ja'Cory Platt in the shotgun again. He puts a man in motion. That's Womack, who's back out in motion to the other side. Looks like Mass Gasso also on the field for the Wildcats. So 2 QBs both in at the shotgun. Here's the pitch from Platt to Gasso. Gasso in trouble behind the line of scrimmage. Just has to try to make something out of a broken play. Looks like that was designed to be a pass. And Gasso, to his credit, slid out to the 46-yard line. Nice tackle made by Bryson Smith. But all things considered, a decent result for Central, as they gained about a yard on the play. Now 2nd and 9 from the Central 46. Brody Knaps back in the backfield next to Platt, who's in the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. Here's Ja'Cory on a 4-man Denham Springs rush, and they stop this play. Deep ball between the hashes won't count as they stop the game, and there is a flag on the far side of the field. And this is a pre-snap penalty. Not sure what they will call here. Looks like the penalty is against Watson. So it'll be 2nd down still. 3:13 left in this first quarter. It's Denham Springs 7 and Central 6. Wildcats punched it in on their first possession with Brody Knaps, but the Yellow Jackets answer on a big pass play from Goldman to Seals. And then DeJean finds his brother DeShawn Goldman on the next play for the go-ahead touchdown. Here's Platt, option right side, gets it out to Rose, who makes a juke move at the 40, but a great job of open field tackling by Caden Allen at the 41-yard line as Allen stayed engaged off a nice juke move by Rose, but Tristan not able to get away, and it'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Wildcats. Yellow Jackets had the momentum right now, 7-6. Denham Springs leads with 2:40 left in this first quarter. Wildcats play a 3rd and 15 from their own 43. Platt in the shotgun with Rose on his right hip. 3 receivers to the left. Womack, the lone receiver, to the right. Here's Platt. Lets it go near side. Deep ball down the sideline is out of play. He was trying to hit Marcus Watson, who was covered well on the play. Quentin Clay was step for Denham Springs. And it's 4th down for Central. Wildcats go 3 and out once again. 2nd time they've gone 3 and out. And Brody Dill is on the field. Lone return man for Denham Springs is Tanner Kerner at his own 25. Dill puts it up. Good punt, right side trajectory, and it's fair caught by Kerner at the Denham Springs 30, where it's Yellow Jackets football. 1st and 10 Denham Springs with 2:13 left in this first quarter. It's the Yellow Jackets 7 and Central 6. Central coming into this game 1-0 after the victory last week against De La Salle, 20-13. And we should mention that the Amite River Rivalry Trophy is on the line. It's currently to my left. It's a very nice trophy that stayed in Central last season after Central got the win, and now the Yellow Jackets trying to snag it back. 1st and 10, Denham Springs. Ball on the Yellow Jacket 30. Goldman in the shotgun again, fakes the handoff, now throws across the middle, and it's incomplete. A late flag comes in about 20 yards ahead of the play. It looked like clean coverage on the play by Devontae Sanders, but we await the call from the official. Yellow Jackets, coming off a 6-4 season last year, were eliminated by West Washita in the first round of the playoffs. That was a great game, 42-41 in overtime. And Central fans should remember, because the Wildcats went on to play West Washita in the next round, and of course Central was victorious. A penalty on the last play will set up Denham Springs 1st and 10 on their own 40. 2:09 left in the first quarter. It's Central 6, Denham Springs 7. DeJean Goldman found his brother Deshaun Goldman for the lone Yellow Jackets touchdown. Both teams 1-0 as Goldman in the shotgun. Hands off to Kerner, and Kerner has a seam up the middle, gets away from a man, and is into Central territory. Inside the 40, all the way down to the Central 37-yard line. Tanner Kerner on the big gainer for Denham Springs to set him up in Central territory. And Kerner will play some running back and some receiver for head coach Brett Beard tonight. Big Hayden Ray only has one touch so far tonight, but 44 with the big game last week. 31 yards and a touchdown against Hammond. Now Denham Springs, 1st and 10 from the Central 38. Jackets lead at 7-6 with 90 seconds left in this first quarter. Here's Goldman, hands off to Kerner, up the middle again, and he almost got away for a big gainer. A shoestring tackle was made near the line of scrimmage by Jake Jarrow to limit the gain. Otherwise, that's trouble. And they'll call it a gain of 5 for Kerner on 1st down to bring up 2nd and 5. Here late in the first quarter, clock is live with 1 minute, 8 seconds to play in the first. Denham Springs 7, Central 6. Here in this We 2 matchup. Goldman getting his team set, has 12 seconds on the play clock. Tanner Kerner on his right hip. Here's the snap, fake to Kerner. Quick throw on the line of scrimmage is incomplete as the Wildcats were bringing the heat. Alexander Stewart puts Goldman on his back, and Bo Hill had good coverage on Ray on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5. Nice play by the Central defense there to throw up the timing. Now can Coach Camp's get off the field here? 3rd and 5. Big play. You would think it's 4-down territory for head coach Brett Beard. Crowd on their feet here on the Central side of the stands, cheering for their defense. Goldman in the shotgun with Tanner Kerner on his right hip. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's Goldman rolling out to his right, keeping his eyes down the field. Lets it go in between the hash marks. Incomplete. He had a man open at the 10-yard line, but the throw was at the feet of, I believe that's Deshaun Goldman at the Central 10. He did have a step on the defender, but the throw off target from Goldman, and it'll bring up 4th and 5. Not even thinking about this when the offense stays on the field for Denham Springs, and they'll go for it. Big opportunity for the Central D here. 12 seconds on the play clock. DeJean Goldman in the shotgun. Kerner on his left hip. Here's the snap. Quick throw to Kerner is caught on the out. 1st down for Denham Springs as he is across the 25 all the way down to the 24. And a nice designed play. Kerner is finally taken down by Jamike Garrett, but not before he gains 8 on a big play for Denham Springs. Excellent design on that play. Got just enough and kept the Central defense on its toes, as this Denham Springs offense does move pretty fast. 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets. Ball in the 25. 20 seconds to play in this first quarter. Here's the snap. Goldman fakes to Ray, and here's in trouble. Down he goes at the 33-yard line. A flag down after the play. Not sure what that is about, but looked like maybe some miscommunication as they faked the handoff to Ray. He looked like he wanted to hand it off to another teammate, but nobody home. And the referees will confer at the 30-yard line. This is a big call. If it's on Central, it'll set up Denham Springs nicely. If it's on the Jackets, it'll take them out of field goal range. Still awaiting a call from the officials as there's 16 seconds to play in this first quarter. Denham Springs 7, Central 6, and it's on the Wildcats. It'll be a first down for Denham Springs. Something happened after the tackle. Not sure if they got Central for taunting. A face mask, I'm being told, is the call. Just a killer for Central, who had a big defensive play in the books, but now Denham Springs is in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 12. Officially the 13. Denham Springs with a 7-6 lead and looking for more. Here late in the first quarter, Deshaun Goldman in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right, including his brother Deshaun. And now another pre-snap penalty. We're going to be here all night, folks. Laundry all over the field. There is a flag down. 0's on the clock as it's the end of the first quarter, but not sure if they're going to have one more untimed down because that flag did fly before the quarter ended. The referees will confer once again. Denham Springs 7, Central 6, 0's on the clock here at the end of the first quarter. Still awaiting the call. Beautiful night here inside of Livingston Parish. As they say, there's no flag on the field. They picked it up. And with that, that is the end of the first quarter. Upset-minded Denham Springs has the lead. After 1, it's the Yellow Jackets 7, the Wildcats 6, here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. We're back after this short break. You're watching the Wildcats Network.
Here's your chance to drive away in a Chevy Silverado 4x4 Trail Boss valued at $60,000, all while supporting Central athletics, arts, and every Wildcats.
Looking for more also as they play a 1st and 10. Ball rests on the Central 13. It's Deshaun Goldman, who's already thrown a touchdown bat to throw. A fake to the left side. Now a rollout to the right and a heave for the end zone. Incomplete. A lot of contact, and there goes the flag. Looks like maybe their shoes just got tied up. Talking about Deshaun Goldman and Devontae Sanders, but the flag flies. Credit Deshaun for even getting that pass up, giving his guy a chance, and they'll penalize Central here to set Denham Springs up nicely, 1st and goal. Yellow Jackets lead here and look for more. 7-6, 11:53 to play, and the penalty will put the ball at the Central 6. So Denham Springs with a good opportunity here to go up 2 scores. They break the huddle. Deshaun Goldman lines up in the shotgun once again. Brenton Paul in the game at running back, was on his right hip, now motions over to the right side. One offset tight end to the left of the formation. Goldman takes the shotgun snap and takes it himself, bounces it out to the left side. He's looking for the pylon, and he strolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Denham Springs. Deshaun Goldman initially goes up the middle. He bounces it out to the left, and he walks in to put his team up 7. Extra point coming. So Deshaun Goldman has ran for a touchdown. He's thrown a touchdown. And they're going crazy on the Denham Springs side of the stands. Big Jonathan Bravo is out for the extra point. Dylan Johnson will hold, snap a little high, but Bravo gets it up, and he puts it through, and that had some distance on it. All Denham Springs so far with 11:47 to play in this first half. It's the Yellow Jackets 14, the Wildcats 6. Back after this, you're watching the Wildcats Network.
Here's your chance to drive away in a Chevy Silverado 4x4 Trail Boss valued at $60,000, all while supporting Central athletics, arts, and every Wildcat student. Alumni, parents, and the entire Central community, this is your chance to make a lasting impact and be a part of something unforgettable. Each ticket you purchase directly impacts every student at Central, whether it's providing our athletes with the tools to excel, fueling our arts programs, or lifting up our spirit groups. Together, we're shaping the future of our Wildcats.
Denham Springs 14, Central 6. Here from Yellow Jacket Stadium after the John Goldman touchdown run. Now the kickoff finds Marvin Joseph at the 16, and he's got a seam. Here comes Marvin down the sideline, and no one will get him. Marvin Joseph takes it all the way. Touchdown, Wildcats. What an answer for Central here on the road off the Denham Springs touchdown. Marvin Joseph takes it 60-plus yards all the way down the field, and the Wildcats can tie with a successful two-point conversion. Welcome back, Marvin Joseph, who was out last week, and Wildcat fans are happy to see him back in the lineup. 60-plus yards on the touchdown kickoff return, and the Wildcats needed that for momentum's sake, and they, of course, will go for two. As the offense back out on the field, Ja'Cory Platt, quarterback in the Wildcats. Tristan Rose is in at running back. Adam Cullen in the game as well as an offset back, as the Wildcats still have 15 seconds on this play clock, and now they'll call for time. Timeout Central. You kind of get it because this is an important spot in the game. You want to have your best play here, even if it does cost you a timeout, and that's what the Wildcats will do. What an effort by Marvin Joseph on the kickoff return. Missed last week's game and now back for the Wildcats. And we know Marvin played both sides of the football last year. The plan this year is for him to play more on defense, but we may see him some on offense, and we'll definitely see him on special teams, as you saw there. Big answer for Marvin, as the Wildcats offense was having some trouble putting up yards, putting up points, but now a chance for their offense to tie with a two-point conversion here. As the ball rests on the Yellow Jacket 3, both teams back out on the field, and the Wildcats will go for two. Same formation as before the timeout. It's Cullen lined up on the right, Tristan Rose in the backfield, and Ja'Cory Platt under center. Five-man front for Denham Springs, who's loading up the box. Here's Platt. Bat to throw, the play fake to Rose, now puts it up for the end zone, and it's caught about 8 yards deep by Keithan Womack. Beautifully designed play by Zach Morris, as Platt rolls out to find Womack for the easy two. And just like that, we are tied with 11:34 to play in the first half here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Central 14, Denham Springs 14. Back after this, you're watching Wildcats Network.
Here's your chance to drive away in a Chevy Silverado 4x4 Trail Boss valued at $60,000, all while supporting Central athletics, arts, and every Wildcat student. Alumni, parents, and the entire Central community, this is your chance to make a lasting impact and be a part of something unforgettable. Each ticket you purchase directly impacts every student at Central, whether it's providing our athletes with the tools to excel, fueling our arts programs, or lifting up our spirit groups. Together, we're shaping the future of our Wildcats. on October 13th.
Here, Malik Nixon making the special teams play. What a play in the open field by Nixon. Just a moment ago, Denham Springs had all the momentum. Crowd was on its feet, and that's why they call special teams special, as they have just gotten Central right back in this football game. And Denham Springs will have to go 80-plus here. DeJon Goldman, nice effort at QB so far. He's thrown for a touchdown. He's ran for a touchdown as well. He's in the shotgun here for 1st and 10. Tanner Kerner on his right hip. Here's Kerner up the middle, gets away from a man, and is into the second level again. Tanner Kerner all the way down to the 29 in between the hashes before he's finally taken down by Garrett. And Jamike Garrett makes the tackle after a 13-yard gain for Tanner Kerner. And that's a dangerous backfield for Denham Springs. You'll see a lot of Kerner as well as Big 44, Hayden Ray, who's only both teams not set consistently here in the first half, at least according to the referees. We've seen multiple pre-snap penalties on both teams, and they'll get the Wildcats here. Penalty against Central to give Denham Springs 5 free yards and move it across the 30. That'll make it 1st and 5 officially from the Denham Springs 34. Yellow Jackets looking for their first win against Central since 2021. Goldman in the shotgun, puts his brother in motion, now hands off to Kerner. Up the middle, and this time the Wildcats D all over that one. No gain for Kerner on the play as he's taken down by the combination of Alexander Stewart and Lane Billings. Stewart and Billings making a sandwich out of Kerner there and taking him down in the backfield. Loss of about 2 on the play. Nice job by the Central defense, led by Anthony Camp, one of the better defensive coordinators in the state, as it's 2nd down. Goldman in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes to Kerner, now throws to Deshaun Goldman, and his twin has nowhere to go on an excellent open field tackle. Believe that's Bo Hill, and it is. The first-year starter making an excellent defensive play there as he got sideline to sideline to make the play and set Denham Springs up for 3rd down. Third and 7 from the Denham Springs 33. And now the Central defense getting its feet under itself a little bit here. Big opportunity here if they could avoid a penalty. 3rd and 7. Denham Springs, ball on their own 33. Kerner in the backfield again next to Goldman, who's in the shotgun. Now Kerner in motion to the bottom. Goldman back to throw, puts it up. Deep throw near side is incomplete. A little bit of contact, but no flag that time as the Wildcats had good coverage on top of Brett and Paul. Marvin Joseph was down there, as was Mason Moore. And that'll bring up 4th down. Goldman's made a few of those throws already here tonight, but a little off target there on the overthrow. And here comes the punt unit. Another big stop for Central's defense, who gets off the field. And Keith and Womack will run back this punt. 9:13 left in this second quarter. It's Denham Springs 14, Central 14. Some difficulties with the video feed, but we are giving you a live play-by-play either way, as the punt is in the air from Luke Wilson. Womack has some space at the 31, and he catches it. Keithan breaks a tackle, breaks towards the sideline, and finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Nice job on special teams by Carlos Gonzalez, but it is Wildcats football with 9:02 left in the second quarter. It is Central 14 and Denham Springs 14. This is the 77th edition of the A-Meet River Rivalry. Central leads the series 37-35-4. As the Wildcats have a new quarterback in the game, Max Gasso is in relief of Platt, who's on the sideline. 3 receivers to the right for Gasso, who hands off to Brown. Shane Brown up the middle. Not much space, but still gets a positive play out of it. He was met by Cedric Polk and Caden Allen, who made the combo tackle. Second down. 2nd and 8 after they call it a 2-yard gain for Shane Brown. Max Gasso in the game at quarterback. 3 receivers to the left. Here's the snap. Gasso back to throw. Lets it go. Dill on the out route has some space down the sideline, and Brody is into Denham Springs territory and all the way down to the 44-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. It's a gain of 9 and a first down for Central. Max Gasso came over from Alexandria last season. Now getting his first action at quarterback for the Wildcats. 1st and 10 Central with 8:28 to play in this first half. It's the Wildcats 14, Denham Springs 14. Gasso in a pistol set now. 2 receivers each side. Now Womack motions back towards the football. Here's the snap to Gasso. The fake to Brown, and Max takes off up the middle. He's got some room, and he's into Denham Springs territory across the 40-yard line. Get it a little bit closer, but still short of the first down marker. 3rd down and about 4 for – 2nd down, I should say, and about 4 for the Wildcats. Max Gasso, quarterbacking Central, with 8 minutes to play in this first half in a tie ball game. Gasso in a pistol. Brown behind him. Trips to the left. Here's the throw that way. Caught by Womack. Slips a tackle, looks for blocks, and can't find any more room. Excellent pursuit on the play by Cedric Polk to limit Womack to no gain. 3rd down for Central. Excellent job by the senior linebacker there, who flew to the other side of the football field to make that tackle. Third and 5. Gasso in the shotgun. Brown on his left hip. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, and the snap got away from Gasso. Loose football picked up by Max at the 40 as Central averts disaster. A fumble on the exchange between Gasso and Brown, but Max is on top of it, and he runs out of the 39. Officially no gain on the play, and a 4th down for the Wildcats. Kind of in no man's land here on a 4th and 5. You could punt, or you can keep the offense out there. As of now, Max Gasso and company still on the field. 18 seconds on the play clock. Looks like the Wildcats will go for it. Shotgun formation for Max Gasso with Brown on his left hip. 3 receivers to the right. 1 to the left, that's Womack. Here's the snap. 5-man blitz by Denham Springs and a stoppage of play. Timeout, Wildcats. They stop the game with 6:40 to play in this first half, and they'll talk it over. Good decision, as this is a key play. Central did receive to start this ball game, so it'll be Denham Springs football to start the 3rd quarter. Speaking of the Yellow Jackets, we told you a moment ago they're 1-0 this season, victorious against Hammond in Week 1, 34-15. And this is a senior-laden Denham Springs team, 43 seniors on this Yellow Jackets crew. And a big key to the game, according to Coach Brett Beer, was a fast start in this game. And his team did achieve that. As the Yellow Jackets led by 8. It was the first time that the Wildcats trailed at all this season. But Central comes storming back on the kickoff return by Marvin Joseph and a successful 2-point conversion. Now the Wildcats looking to take the lead, but their drive is stalling here. 4th and 6 for Central. Out of the timeout, ball in the Denham Springs 40. Max Gasso in at quarterback. He's in the shotgun with 3 receivers to the right. 1 to the left, that's Womack. Here's a snap to Gasso. 4-man Yellow Jacket rush. Deep ball near the numbers. Looking for Dill. He's got him inside the 5. Touchdown, Wildcats. Excellent throw from Max Gasso in stride to Brody Dill for his first score of the season. And the Yellow Jackets and the Wildcats, I should say, take the lead. What a throw by Max Gasso. What a call on 4th down by offensive coordinator Zach Morris, who saw a matchup he liked, and Max Gasso put it on the money to Dill. And the Wildcats up 20-14 with the extra point still to come. We told you about the big play potential for Brody Dill. We saw it all off season. We saw it in the scrimmage. We saw it in the jamboree. And we saw it there. 43-yard touchdown strike. And now Pedro de Sousa Costa on for the extra point. Gasso holds, and it's blocked. Extra point is blocked by Denham Springs. The Yellow Jackets get a hand on it. Looked like number 18, Quentin Clay, made the big special teams play, but the Wildcats still have the lead. With 6:32 to play in this first half, it's Central 20 and Denham Springs 14. We're back after this. You're watching the Wildcats Network.
Here's your chance to drive away in a Chevy Silverado 4x4 Trail Boss valued at $60,000, all while supporting Central athletics, arts, and every Wildcat student. Alumni, parents, and the entire Central community, this is your chance to make a lasting impact and be a part of something unforgettable. Each ticket you purchase directly impacts every student at Central, whether it's providing our athletes with the tools to excel, fueling our arts programs, or lifting up our spirit groups. Together, we're shaping the future of our Wildcats. On October 13th, we'll draw 2 lucky finalists. Then at halftime, during the Catholic High game on October 17th, the 2 finalists will face off in a coin flip.
Greetings once again from Yellow Jacket Stadium, where Central has taken the lead with 6:32 to go. It's the Wildcats 20 and the Yellow Jackets 14 on a 43-yard touchdown strike from Max Gasso to Brody Dill, as the kickoff is fumbled initially, and now some space to the other side of the field. Trey Seals trying to make the best of it, and he's finally taken down at the Denham Springs 36. Nice special teams tackle was made there by Malik Nixon, who's had a nice effort on special teams so far tonight. And with that, it's first down Denham Springs with 6:25 to play in this first half. 20-14 lead for Central. We are having some issues with our video stream tonight. We apologize, but we still have a live play-by-play for you, as it's Central with a 6-point lead here. A good start to the game for the Yellow Jackets, who led it 14-6. But the Wildcats have come storming back, and now the Yellow Jackets looking for a response. 1st and 10. Ball officially on the 28 of Denham Springs. Hayden Ray in the game behind Goldman, who's in the shotgun. Here's the snap and the handoff to Ray up the middle. He's into the second level and now bounces it out down the sideline. Into Central territory on a big play. Hayden Ray is still on his feet and finally taken down at the Wildcat 26-yard line. A big gainer on the play for Hayden Ray to set Denham Springs up near the red zone. And big 44 can really run, as you saw there. And the Central D not able to get the angle. So a big gainer out to the Denham Springs 26, as the Yellow Jackets looking to answer here. 6 minutes to play before the half. Central 20, Denham Springs 14. And now a break for hydration. They will hydrate with the Wildcats up by 6 here. And we did tell you about that win last week for Denham Springs, 34-15 over Hammond. In that game, Dejon Goldman was 10 for 17, 125 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Did throw an interception, but completed a pass to 6 different receivers in that game. And we already saw his twin brother, Deshaun Goldman. It's Dejon and Deshaun, in case you can't hear the difference. I'm sure they have been mistaken for their brother a lot. But Dejon had those 125 passing yards. His brother, Deshaun, in that game against Hammond, 3 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. So that would put Deshaun at 2 touchdown catches for the season, including the one he had tonight. And Denham Springs is a team that has a lot of production returning, and a team that still had a winning record last year at 6-4. So they're looking to build off of that, make it back to the playoffs, and advance past the first round this time. Meanwhile, Central 1-0 on the season, got the win over De La Salle last week, 20-13. And in this game, Central has already matched their point total from last week. And we are expecting a good one here. This is an intense rivalry. They stopped it in 2022, didn't play for 2 seasons, and now it's been rekindled starting last year. Wildcats won that meeting 31-6. After the timeout, 1st and 10, Denham Springs. From the Central 26, here's Goldman, hands off to Kerner. Kerner up the middle, looking for room, and in between the hashes, he's down inside the Central 20. Multiple Wildcat tacklers in there on defense, including Alex Stewart, who's been active in this game, and it's a gain of about 6 for Denham Springs. 2nd and 4 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball rests on the Central 20. Deshaun Goldman threw a touchdown to his brother Deshaun. He ran for another. To summarize the Yellow Jackets scoring so far. Now Goldman in the shotgun for 2nd and 4. Puts a man in motion. Here's the snap. Handoff to Kerner. Up the middle trying to follow his blocks, but he's got nowhere to go. Excellent job by Bo Hill to disengage and make the open field tackle right at the line of scrimmage. 20-yard line. No gain on the play. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Yellow Jackets. Central 20, Denham Springs 14, as we are under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. It will be Yellow Jackets football to open the 3rd quarter as Central recede to start this ball game. Goldman under center with Brenton Paul in the backfield. Here's Paul up the middle, breaks a tackle into the 2nd level inside the 10, all the way down to the Central 6-yard line before he's finally taken down by Sanders and Mason Moore. And there will certainly be a lot for the Central D-line to clean up at halftime, as Kerner has regularly gotten into the 2nd level, and the Yellow Jackets will look to cap off this drive. 1st and goal. Ball on the Central 7. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to play in this first half as the clock is live. Brenton Paul in the backfield. Deshaun Goldman under center. 2 tight ends to the left of the formation. Now 8 men on the line of scrimmage for Denham. And a stoppage of play, timeout Central. Believe the Wildcats have no timeouts left. That was their last one with 4:14 to play in this game. It's Central 20, Denham Springs 14. Back after a short break. You're watching the Wildcats Network.
Here's your chance to drive away in a Chevy Silverado 4x4 Trail Boss valued at $60,000, all while supporting Central athletics, arts, and every Wildcat student. Alumni, parents, and the entire Central community, this is your chance to make a lasting impact and be a part of something unforgettable. Each ticket you purchase directly impacts every student at Central, whether it's providing our athletes with the tools to excel, fueling our arts programs, or lifting up our spirit groups. Together, we're shaping the future of our Wildcats. On October 13th, we'll draw 2 lucky finalists. Then at halftime, during the Catholic High game on October 17th, the 2 finalists will face off in a coin flip to determine the winner of the Chevy Silverado. A huge thank you to our incredible partner, Jerry Lane Chevrolet, for not only providing this amazing truck, but also supporting our Wildcats and helping to ensure.
Greetings once again from Yellow Jacket Stadium, where it's 1st and goal, Denham Springs from the Central 7. Here's the snap, the handoff to Brenton Paul up the middle, and he's got nowhere to go. Taken down in the backfield for no gain at best by multiple white jerseys. Jake Jarrow was in there, as was Jamarian Jackson, who had excellent penetration along the D-line, and the coaching staff very high on the sophomore D lineman. Will get some more snaps this season after some senior departures, and he's made the best out of it so far. Multiple fullbacks behind Goldman. Here's the handoff to Paul, left side. Now cuts back towards the middle, and he's stopped at the 3 as Jarrow couldn't hang on for the tackle, but got enough force to get Paul on the ground and bring up 3rd and goal for Denham Springs. Big sequence here. 3rd and goal, Yellow Jackets. Ball on the Central 2. Wildcats lead it 20-14, 3:21 left in this first half. 77th edition of the Amite River rivalry. Same formation, 2 fullbacks behind Goldman in front of Paul. Brenton Paul up the middle, not going to get there. Great job by the Central defensive line and big number 55. That is Graham Harris, playing both sides of the football and playing both sides well to bring up a 4th and goal for Denham Springs. And I think this is a no-doubter for Brett Beard and company. They will go for it. Offense still on the field, plenty of time on the play clock with 19 seconds, and they're yet to break the huddle. Got to watch out for both the Goldman brothers here, as well as Hayden Ray, who they use a lot in short yardage situations, big 44, who broke that 50-plus yard run to put the Jackets down here. Let's see what they do. play clock all the way down, and now a timeout called by Brett Beard. Still 2 timeouts left for the Yellow Jackets, who have conserved them well. And with 2:29 to play, it's Central 20 and Denham Springs 14. We mentioned Brett Beard with that 27-27 record for Denham Springs. Just to remind you, on the other side, the Wildcats led by head coach David Simino, who, counting this season, has a 25-5 record with the Wildcats. Of course, coach a state champion now with 2 different schools, Central last year and Catholic High back in 2021. He's taken 3 different programs to the Dome, as he also went with Catholic Point Capee back in 2019. And I've had the pleasure of knowing Coach Simino as well as Coach Brett Beard for a while now. I used to work on the other side for Denham Springs, and both men have talked about the importance of this rivalry, rekindling this thing. And I'm sure they speak for both fan bases when they say they're very glad that it's back. This is a very intense rivalry. It goes back multiple generations. You hear so many players talking about their older brothers or even their fathers, grandfathers playing in this game. It's a big deal, and I've seen a lot of rivalries in this state and a lot of different cities. This is definitely one of the more intense rivalries between these 2 schools. And it's normally a good game. That's the case here. Coach Simino pumping up the crowd, trying to get them involved here as they are on their feet on the central side of the stands. Big opportunity for their defense. 2:29 to play in the first half. 4th and goal, Denham Springs. They break the huddle at the 2-yard line. Goldman in the eye in front of Paul. Here's the handoff to Ray, trying to drive his feet. Initially didn't get there. On the second effort, no signal, and he didn't get there. The Wildcats make a big goal line stand on Hayden Ray. Multiple white jerseys there to stop his progress. And the Wildcats D gets off the field on 4th and goal. Looked like Lane Billings making first contact, and he had a lot of help. Credit Ray, who kept his feet going after contact was made, stayed up for a little while, but did not break the plane. What heart shown by the Central defense to get the big 4th down stop. They are in a precarious situation now, however. 1st and 10 on the shadow of their own goal line, and Max Gasso stays in the game. In the shotgun, Rose on his left hip. Crowd really getting involved here as it's Rose up the middle with the seam, now bouncing it out to the left. Excuse me, that is Brody Knaps on the handoff. Short of the first down, but plenty of breathing room for the Wildcats, who will take it. Jaden Washington made a tackle for Denham Springs. And the Wildcats still have 94 yards to go here and no timeouts as the clock is live under 2 minutes. Max Gasso, quarterback in the Wildcats, 3 receivers to the right. Womack by himself to the left side. Here's the snap. 4-man rush for Denham Springs. Deep ball down the near sideline for Womack is incomplete as the ball hits the turf near the numbers at the 34 on the overthrow. Good coverage on the play by Jaden Washington. That is the junior defensive back. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for Central with 1:45 to play. Big play here for the Wildcats to try to run some clock because the Yellow Jackets still have 2 timeouts to work with. And we've seen them break off some big plays. We'll try and get a look at the stats before halftime, but Denham Springs has been gashing Central on the ground, but don't have a lead to show for it, as Central is up 20-14 with 1:45 to play in the first half. Here's Gasso. Bat to throw. Pressure now rolls out to his left and finds Rose in stride at the 20. Has a lot of space down the sideline and has a big play. A flag down from the bad judge at the very, very end of the play. Not sure what they'll call, but Rose has the big gainer all the way near the Denham Springs 40. The referee was at least 30 yards away from the play. Still threw the flag and not sure what they'll call. What presence by Max Gasso, who's shown some ability to throw on the run here. And the Denham Springs players signaling towards the other side as if it'll go on Central. Still waiting the call. Might be after the catch, however. So it may still be enough for the first down, and it is. The referee signals first down Wildcats, but they will back them up a little bit. And the football rests at the Central 22. So they'll try again from there. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 1 minute, 36 seconds left on the First half clock, it's Central 20, Denham Springs 14. As the Wildcats have scored 14 unanswered points and looking for more. Here's Gasso from the shotgun. Clean pocket, steps up and throws a little high for Keith and Womack. In between the hashes at the 45, he was hit at the last second as the pocket broke down just a little bit. And Angel Moro had the coverage on the play for Denham Springs. They're very high on Angel Moro, the transfer from Oakdale Academy. And head coach Brett Beard said he's really fit into the 5A system, getting used to the speed, and has been productive in his first 2 weeks for Denham Springs. 2nd and 10 Wildcats with 1:26 to play. No timeouts for Central and a 20-14 lead. Snap is a little low, but Gasso controls it. Lets it go. Deep ball between the hashes. It is caught at the 41, and the referee says incomplete, as apparently the football hit the turf before Marcus Watson could reel it in at the 40. And a man shaken up for Denham Springs. Bat near the 10. 1:18 to play in this first half. It's Central 20 and the Yellow Jackets 14. We'll take a short break and be back after this. You're watching the Wildcats Network.
Here's your chance to drive away in a Chevy Silverado 4x4.
Discover your new GMC right.
Greetings once again from Yellow Jacket Stadium, where it's 3rd and 10 Central from their own 22. Here's Gasso from the shotgun under pressure. Lets it go. It's caught initially, and this is ruled an incomplete pass. Could have been a dangerous play, as if that was ruled a fumble, the Wildcats were on top of it. Credit big Caleb LeBourgeois, who's ready to scoop it and run, but they blow it dead. And a big development for Denham Springs, because that stops the clock. With 1:13 left in the first half, the Yellow Jackets do not have to burn a timeout, and they still have 2 of them to work with. Also will get possession out of the third quarter with Denham Springs, so that's a big stop for head coach Brett Beard's team. And now Brody Dill at the punt, line of scrimmage at the 21. Dill back at the 5, and Tanner Kerner bat deep for Denham Springs. Snaps a little high, but Dill gets the punt away, good distance, on an angle to the right side, and it's fielded dangerously and fumbled. Ball is still on the turf as Tanner Kerner was hit right after he caught the football by Ethan Smith. But luckily for Denham Springs, that ball trickles out of bounds, and it's Yellow Jacket football, 1st and 10 with 62 seconds left on the clock. Mario Jerez here, flying solo tonight. Shout out to Coach Wesley Watts, who we hope is with us on our next broadcast. Really enjoyed calling the game with him last week, as this is a meeting between 2 1-0 teams. Someone taking their first L tonight in this 77th edition of the A-Meet River Rivalry. And that trophy is still in my vision to the left side. That is a beautiful trophy for high school competition especially. Which team wants it more tonight? 1st and 10, Denham Springs with 1 minute. 2 seconds to play in the first half. Central leads 20-14. Here's the snap back to Goldman, and his throw near side is incomplete. Nice coverage by Marvin Joseph on the play. He was right on top of Trey Seals, who saw the ball sail past him. 2nd and 10. 59 seconds to play in the first half. Central 20, Denham Springs 14. DeJean Goldman made some excellent plays in the first quarter, but kind of held in check here in the second. He's by himself in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. Goldman lets it go, middle of the field, caught by Ray, who gets away from a first tackler, gets away from a second, and is finally taken down at the 45-yard line. It took 5 Wildcats to take him down on that play. And very rarely does 44 get taken down by the first guy. Picks up a few to set Denham Springs up 3rd and 2 before a timeout by Coach Brett Beard, and there's 40 seconds left on the clock. And one timeout left for Denham Springs. Yellow Jackets with 43 seniors on their football team this season. And all of them, or most of them, I should say, have playoff experience. This team had a winning record last year, 6-4, taken down by West Washita in an instant classic in the first round of last year's playoff. That was a win 42-41 by West Washita, who took the loss to Central the very next week. So both these teams, high hopes coming into 2025, and a good start for both. Great game here from Livingston Parish as there's 40 seconds left in the first half. Central leads Denham Springs 20-14. And the Yellow Jackets, with perhaps one last chance at the football here, they play a 3rd and 2 from their own 46. One timeout left for Denham Springs, 0 for the Wildcats. And that's important to consider here as the Yellow Jackets break the huddle. DeJean Goldman in the shotgun. Ray is an offset back to the right side. 2 receivers to each side. Here comes the Central blitz. Goldman back to throw, and he has a receiver at the 49 of Central. It is caught by Bretton Paul. There is a flag down behind the line of scrimmage, and we'll see for what. If it stands, it's a first down, Denham Springs. As Central brought at least 6 men on the blitz there, but credit Goldman for getting off the throw. And a roughing the passer call against the Wildcats. That's big. Not only does the play count, but add on 15 more to the end of the run, and that'll set Denham Springs up all the way at the Central 34, 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets. From there, 39 seconds to play in the first half, 20-14, Central leads. DeJean Goldman in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, including Ray, 2 receivers to the left side, and a 6-man front for Central. Here's the snap, 4-man rush by the Wildcats. Goldman back to throw, lets it go, middle of the field, a dangerous pass into quadruple coverage is incomplete. He was trying to fit that thing in there to his brother, DeJean Goldman. No surprise those two trust each other, but not that much. As that throw didn't have a chance, it was overthrown. If it was more on target, it could have been trouble. So 2nd and 10. Denham Springs, ball still in the 34, same formation. Goldman by himself in the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Throw near side is caught. Inbounds by, I believe that's Paul again. And Brenton Paul has a gain of 5 out to the Central 30 before he's dragged out of bounds. It may have been Mason Moore who threw him out, and that does stop the clock with 28 seconds to play in this first half. Just based on what I've seen from their kicker, Jonathan Bravo, they may be in range. Only extra points, but he has booted that thing each time. So we'll see what Denham Springs' strategy is here. 3rd and 7. Here's Goldman from the shotgun, takes a snap. He's rolling out to his left, under pressure. Eyes down the field, and he fumbles it. Ball slips out of his hand. It's on the turf at the 35. It's picked up by Denham Springs. Heads up play by the O-lineman as Nate Black got on top of that thing. And DeJean Goldman was trying to escape Jamarian Jackson and almost ended in disaster as he lost the football near the 40. But the Yellow Jackets on top of it, and now they're in a precarious situation. 4th down, all the way back at the 33, 4th and 9 situation with 16 seconds left on the clock. And you may as well go for it here on the 33 of the opponent. Kind of no man's land. Goldman in the shotgun takes a snap. 5 receivers set. Lots of time. Now rolls out to his right, puts it up towards the end zone, and it's caught inside the 5 on a broken play. DeJean Goldman finds his brother DeShawn Goldman all the way down to the Denham Springs, all the way down to the Central 3. It's a gain of 30. Officially a gain of 27 as they rule him out at the 6. Still 9 seconds to work with. What a play by Goldman to find Goldman. And a Central player shaken up. Good for the Wildcats for now, who get to set their defense, but we'll try and get a number on this player who's shaken up at the 4. Coach Simino had to check on him. Looks like a D lineman. Keep in mind, Central just made a big fourth down stop. So second straight drive that the Yellow Jackets are inside the Wildcat 10. And this time they'll look to take advantage. As there is a player shaken up near the 5-yard line. Training staff out there to check on him, as is Coach Simoneau. And both teams huddling on their respective sideline. Is that Jamarian Jackson? 90? 96? That would be Brody Ogeron. And Brody, unfortunately, coming off the field with the help of the training staff, not able to put any weight on that right foot. Hoping for the best for Brody Ogeron, who has to lead the game. And now both teams back out on the field, first and goal. Denham Springs, 9 seconds to play in this first half. Big sequence here. Keep in mind the Yellow Jackets will get it to start the third quarter, so kind of a 2-for-1 situation here. As they're on their feet on the central side of the stands. First and goal, Denham Springs. Paul out in motion to the left side. Here's a snap to Goldman. Lets it go near corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Broken up at the – no, touchdown! On the late signal, touchdown Denham Springs. I thought for sure that ball hit the turf, but they give 6 points to Deshaun Goldman. And that was honestly tough to see what happened near corner of the end zone. It was a delayed signal, I could tell you that for a fact. Referee was looking at the ground for about 2 to 3 seconds, looked up and put up both arms. So the second touchdown reception of the game for Deshaun Goldman, from Deshaun Goldman. And now Bravo on for the extra point. His kick is up. And it is good. Momentum back on the home side as Deshaun Goldman finds Deshaun Goldman for the second time here tonight. Other way around, Deshaun found Deshaun. Either way, Denham Springs back in the lead with 4 seconds to play. It's Central 21, Denham Springs 21, Central 20. We are back after this on the Wildcat Network.
Discover your new GMC right now at Ross Downing GMC of Gonzales. Come finance a 2025 GMC Sierra for $617 per month for 84 months. The search is over. Visit us today at Ross Downing GMC of Discover your new GMC right now at Ross Downing GMC of Gonzales. Come finance a 2025 GMC Sierra for $617 per month for 84 months. The search is over. Visit us today at Ross Downing GMC of Gonzales.
When quality and precision matter, trust the experts at Smith Tank and Steel. We deliver API storage tanks on time, on budget, and with unmatched safety standards. From new construction and fabrication to on-site repair and turnkey solutions, our in-house team gets the job done right. With headquarters in Gonzales, Louisiana, and additional offices in Livingston and Houston, Smith Tank and Steel proudly serves clients across the nation. Call Smith Tank and Steel today for your free quote. When precision matters, turn to ProScales and Construction Services. From accurate scale installation and 24/7 emergency support to full-service industrial construction, we ensure projects are built and maintained with safety and accuracy. PSCS, precise solutions, reliable results. LA Capital Federal Credit Union, helping Louisiana families with smart banking, competitive rates, and easy digital access. Proud to be a Wildcat Legacy sponsor, giving back to the community we call home. LA Cap FCU, your trusted financial partner.
Taking care of your property takes time. It's one of the biggest challenges of ownership. You would rather focus on the more important things, spending time with family and friends and growing your business. At Green Season Landscaping, we take away the chore of managing lawns and gardens and help you make time for things that truly matter. Since our company started in 2001, we've grown from 2 employees to nearly 200, but our promise to you has never changed. Reliable landscaping, irrigation, and lawn care performed by experts. Green Season's technicians show up when and where they're supposed to with the skills and proper training required to care for your property. We also understand the importance of clear and consistent communication. We have a motto: set expectations early and communicate progress often. And above all, do the right thing. That's why we've become the contractor of choice for home and business owners, property managers, governmental organizations, and contractors throughout South Louisiana. Green Seasons Landscaping. Reliable service performed by experts. Bug Ninja is a pest control company born and based in Louisiana. A fact that we're proud of because, unlike many of the national companies that operate in our area, we focus on the safety and satisfaction of our neighbors. Whether it's ants, roaches, mice, rats, spiders, wasps, bed bugs, termites, or mosquitoes, the Bug Ninja team know exactly what pests affect Louisiana property and how to deal with them in the most effective ways. It's all possible because our company culture is centered not around sales, but around our team members. We take care of them and take pride in the fact that each and every one are equipped with the resources and know-how to take care of you, the client, and our neighbor. That's the very reason we don't have salespeople. Our number one goal is to do the work and do it well. We recognize that our reputation is on the line every time we come out to visit your home. So we're going to make sure we take care of your problem and take care of it in the right way. Bug Ninja Pest Control. Give us a call and we'll show you how we can help keep your home or office space a healthy pest.
Discover your next GMC at Ross Downing GMC of Gonzales. From the rugged Sierra and versatile terrain to the luxurious Yukon. Build your custom GMC from the factory, explore our huge new and pre-owned selection, and drive home with confidence. Serving Gonzales, Baton Rouge, and beyond, Ross Downing GMC, where performance meets care. Central Dental Care has been serving Baton Rouge Smiles since 1992, and now we're proud to welcome our new location in Shoe Creek at 14305 Grand Settlement Boulevard. From cleanings to implants, veneers, and sedation options, we make dental care comfortable and family-friendly. Central Dental Care. Let your smile shine.
My name is Blake Linksweiler. I graduated from Central High in 2005. I'm the president of T3 Electrical Solutions. We're an electrical contractor based out of Central. We do commercial electrical, residential, standby generator installs, maintenance, service. We're very involved in the projects from start to finish, making sure that what we have is the end product that the customer expects. The reason I support Central, I think our school system is the lifeblood of our community. I think it's the backbone of everything. It starts there. The people that are in that community that we're investing in, the young people that are growing up and getting jobs and then wanting to stay in Central, and we're building and establishing a foundation and investing in our people to help Central be as good as it can be.
I'm Dr. Ross Lang. I'm the primary dentist here at Concord Family Dental. At our practice, we provide many services, preventative treatments such as cleanings and fillings, to more advanced treatments like crown and bridge, implants. We also offer a host of cosmetic treatments such as teeth whitening and a clear aligner system for straightening teeth. Supporting Central High School is important to us because we're investing in our future and also our community as a whole. These students are going to become our neighbors, our future leaders, our healthcare providers, and we want to give back to them as much as they give back to us.
Hi, my name is Blaine Potan. I own Potan Insurance Agency located in Central. So we're an independent insurance agency. We focus on primarily writing home, auto, flood, as well as any other type of recreational toys that a consumer may own. But our main focus is on personal lines insurance. So why do we want to support Central High? Central's, it's in us. You know, we've lived here our whole lives. I'm 46, I've lived here all but 1 year. We love seeing the support around the school system, around athletics. It's been fun to watch, not just at the games, but the community as a whole because of how well the athletics is done.
Trade has been the backbone of industrial construction across the Gulf Coast since 1982. As a family-owned company, we provide the experience and resources to handle projects for every size, from mechanical and structural work to civil construction, pipe fabrication, midstream services, ASME vessels, and industrial storage. Built on values like safety, integrity, and teamwork, Trade is powered by its people and trusted by repeat clients across decades. Trade, real people, real solutions.
Hi, I'm Toby Willis.
Hey, I'm Coach Wes Watts, class of 1987.
I'm Trent Willis. We're your local Edward Jones financial advisors.
We understand the value of investments in the market, but we also understand the value of time, patience, and encouragement that our teachers and coaches provide for our students.
And at Edward Jones, we're proud to sponsor Central Athletics. Together, we win. For your personal financial game plan, come see us.
Grace Hebert Curtis Architects, designing schools, hospitals, civic centers, and workplaces that truly serve people. With offices across Louisiana, Texas, Florida, and Missouri, our team has over 40 years of experience turning visions into inspired spaces. GHC, building communities, shaping the future. Patterson Construction Group, building boutique-style homes and commercial spaces with trust, transparency, and precision right here in the heart of Central. As proud Wildcat Legacy sponsors, we're investing in the future of our community. Patterson Construction Group. Get it right the first time.
So we are Revive Wellness. We decided to open this holistic care center in Central for mamas of all ages and then also families and children. We're located inside or right next to Rogers Regional Eye Center. We did this because as moms, we really wanted a place where we could serve and give holistic, comprehensive care that we wanted when we were pregnant and growing families. And so inside our space, you'll find postpartum strength training, nutrition coaching, chiropractic care for the family, massage therapy. We have infant feeding specialists and speech therapists. And so it's just such a well-rounded business to help your family in all areas. If you're looking for comprehensive care for women, families, or children, please come see us.
Sherman and Bauhoff Orthodontics, crafting beautiful, confident smiles with cutting-edge braces and Invisalign across Greater Baton Rouge. 4 convenient locations, 1 caring family. As proud Wildcat Legacy sponsors, we support our community, one bright smile at a time.
My name is Jay Payne. I'm president of Central Plumbing Company. And I'm Zach Payne. I'm a second generation Wildcat, third generation plumber here at Central Plumbing Company.
We handle everything from stop-ups to water heater replacement, garbage disposals, leak in the slabs, anything that you may need in the plumbing side, we take care of it.
I'm excited to see the growth in Central. I've always been a Central guy. I was part of the 2008 Central Wildcats and part of the Dirty D. That group of guys really turned the table for Central High School and provided that growth and that camaraderie. Closing out, we just want to thank the community for all of our support over the last 50 years. Remember to call us for all your plumbing service needs, and remember our motto, we do it right.
When your AC quits or the heat won't keep up, trust Badger's Heating and Air, serving Central and Zachary with expert repairs, new installs, and dependable 24/7 service. Call 225-788-3862 today. Badger's Heating and Air, comfort you can count on.
I'm Michael Wilson, a Central High School graduate, class of '98, and the owner of Wilson Services. We're a local family termite and pest control company located in Central since 2011. Bugs like spiders, ants, roaches can become a major problem. Our experienced licensed technicians eliminate existing infestations, and our ongoing protection programs will keep pests from returning. Satisfaction guaranteed. Whether it be residential, commercial, or industrial, we got you covered. Central will always be my home. Now it's time for us to give back. Let Wilson Services protect your home. Call us today for a free estimate, 953-8123.
Jersey Mike's is now serving Central at Shoe Creek, bringing you fresh, made-to-order subs sliced and grilled right in front of you. Stop by for the famous Mike's Way flavor and experience why Jersey Mike's is all about great food and community. Jersey Mike's, fresh subs made local.
I'm Nick Carmina, owner of Carmina's Collision Center. We've been in business since 2005. So you come in with your insurance estimate, we go ahead and schedule the repair, get parts ordered. Once that's all lined up, we get your car in, get it taken care of, fixed back to pre-wreck condition, and get you back on the road. It's always been a pleasure to see people smiling when they come pick up their cars, you know, knowing they've got a good job and paid the money for a good product. So I love working in Central because of the people. I think we have a tight-knit community that when we are together, there's no getting through us or breaking us apart. I love it. I was raised out here, graduate on the school board. I mean, I'm sold out for Central, you know, just everything about it I love. There's no place I'd rather be.
When you need dirt, gravel, or sand delivered on time and done right, call the name Central Trust, Ivy Dirt and Aggregates. Whether it's a backyard project, new construction, or large-scale commercial work, Ivy has the equipment, the materials, and the know-how to get it done. Locally owned and built on reliability, they've been moving the earth for our community for years. Call today at 225-BUY-DIRT. That's 225-BUY-DIRT. Ivy Dirt and Aggregates. The foundation starts here. At AP Dotson, building homes isn't just business, it's family. With 3 generations of experience, we've been designing and building quality homes across Baton Rouge, Central, Zachary, and beyond. From move-in ready homes to fully customized dream builds, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. We believe in craftsmanship, honesty, and creating spaces where memories are made for a lifetime. Discover why families all over Louisiana choose AP Dotson. Call us today at 225-261-5222 or visit apdotson.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
When plumbing problems strike, trust the experts at A&B General Plumbing, locally owned and operated right here in Baton Rouge. A&B brings over 20 years of hands-on experience to every job. From leaky faucets and clogged drains to full residential and commercial repairs, our team is committed to fast and dependable service you can count on. For quality work at a fair price, call 225-324-4652 today. A&B General Plumbing, keeping Baton Rouge flowing strong.
Hi, my name is Mason Evans, General Manager here at CAS Roofing and Advising. We've been in business going on about 4 years now. We are a full-service roofing contractor. We come out, we identify your damage. We are the professional at identifying and seeing storm damage that may be covered under a policy that you may hold. And then on the other side of that, we can also advise you for your whole roofing system that goes into it. We got great warranties and great manufacturers. Your full service, 24/7 emergency tarping, anything like that that you need, we're here to offer to you. Here at CAS Roofing and Advising,
It's not just another roof, it's our reputation.
Hi, my name is Darcy Perkins and I own Central Cross Threads. We do screen print and embroidery. We help teams get ready for their seasons. We help businesses outfit their employees with their branding, sell school uniforms for all the local schools. We do awards and trophies and promotional items. Pretty much anything you can put a logo on, we sell. Our community schools are where future leaders, athletes, and community builders are learning who they are. And when they win, the whole town wins. And let's be real, walking into the stadium or a community event just hits different when we look around and we see all our t-shirts, our hats, and our gear that we did. It makes us proud to know that we had a small part in building our community pride.
My name is Joey Giles. I am the president and CEO of Electric Equipment Enterprise. The business was founded in 1989 and we purchased the business in 2017. We sell power distribution and transmission equipment to utilities and industrial and commercial users. We deal with the Exxons, Entergys, Demcos, Clecos, Dows, as well as the engineering firms and distributors around the state. The reason I support Central High is it's home, and I love seeing kids work hard and giving them the opportunity to work.
Discover your new GMC right now at Ross Downing GMC of Gonzales. Come finance a 2025 GMC Sierra for $617 per month for 84 months. The search is over. Visit us today at Ross Downing GMC of Gonzales.
At Moro Physical Therapy, we're proud to serve the Central community with expert care in physical, occupational, and speech therapy. For more than 40 years, families across Louisiana and Texas have trusted our team to help them recover, rebuild, and get back to what they love the most. From athletes returning to the field to neighbors regaining strength after an injury, Moro PT is here for Central every step of the way. Moro Physical Therapy, restoring motion, improving lives. At Neighbors Federal Credit Union, we've been helping families reach their goals for over 70 years. From savings and checking to loans and mortgages, Neighbors is here to make banking simple and personal. Proud to be Wildcat Legacy sponsors, Neighbors FCU, where you're more than a member, you're family. When life takes an unexpected turn, you need someone you can trust to stand by your side. For more than 30 years, the Moen Law Firm has been helping families and businesses across Baton Rouge with experience, compassion, and results. Whether it's personal injury, family matters, estate planning, or business law, our attorneys are here to guide you every step of the way. Call the Moen Law Firm today for your free consultation. For nearly 60 years, Baton Rouge Machine Works has been a trusted leader in precision machining and industrial repair. With more than 100,000 square feet of advanced shop space, our team delivers expert machining, fabrication, welding, and equipment restoration. Call 225-775-2542 or visit brmachineworks.com to learn more and request a quote.
Hi, my name is Michael Ulara. I've been a State Farm agent in Central since 2012. I'm located here in Central off of Sullivan Road. I'm excited to announce that on September 1st, I'll be opening up a second location in Jackson, Louisiana, so we can help more people in more ways. My State Farm agency focuses on helping individuals and families with their insurance and financial services needs. We try to personalize our service, and we really try to customize things so that it meets the budget and fits what they're looking for. I hire local, talented, hardworking, and dedicated people that follow my lead to serve. The reason I'm an active investor in the City of Central is this is home. I've been here since I was 5 years old. This is what I believe in. I know that the students here are doing great things, so I'm a proud supporter of local schools. and Central High School is the top of that list. As long as we do that, I believe the future is very bright for the city of Central.
Waste Pro Baton Rouge, providing reliable trash and recycling service with pride and professionalism. Committed to serving families and businesses across our region and proud to stand as a Wildcat Legacy sponsor. Waste Pro, a company you can trust, a community we call home.
I'm Wyatt Graves, and I am the owner of Fundamentals Early Learning Center. We opened in Central in 2013. I believe our kids and our community deserve the best opportunities to learn. If I desire to help people build a good life, you have to have a great community to live in. And I think that comes from businesses supporting the community, especially the school system. Just recently, we opened Kaizen Co-work and Event Space. That's a place where people can pay memberships and have a remote workplace 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then we have an event room for parties, engagement, showers, networking events, being able to work in my community, being able to go to church in my community, all of that matters. And so supporting this is just a no-brainer. To learn more about what we're doing and how you can be a part of it, visit WyattGraves.com.
My name is Gene Stevens, owner of State Lumber and Hardware, Blanchard's Build Materials. We've been in business since 1970, servicing the greater Baton Rouge area. Out of our Plaquemine store, we're able to service the industrial sector. With the size of that facility, we've got a lot of yard space, a lot of area to store our lumber, materials, overstock, whatnot, when we have multiple projects going on. Whether new houses can take up a lot of material, a lot of lumber. Again, that store being a larger footprint, whatever it takes to build a house, we keep it here in stock. Whether you've got a new construction project, renovation project, whatever that may be, give us a call at State Lumber. We're happy to serve you. We can do your estimates, takeoffs, whatever that may be, and get you going on your project.
Here at Advanced Office Systems, we are a business technology company. We specialize in printers, network copiers, multifunction devices. We're pretty much a one-stop shop for all of your business technology needs.
Our corporate mission here at Advanced Office Systems is to develop loyal employees who build lasting relationships with our customers. In addition to that, our corporate vision here at Advanced Office Systems is to help people succeed. If we get it right with our employees, they will get it right with our clients. Being from Central, Advanced Office Systems would like to say, go Wildcats!
Once again from Yellow Jacket Stadium, where we are underway here in the third quarter. It's all the home team take a 1-point lead heading into the third quarter. It was a good start to the game for Denham, up 14-6 on Central to start. The Wildcats come storming back with 14 unanswered points on a long touchdown throw from Max Gasso to Brody Dill and a kickoff return touchdown for Marvin Joseph. But a big 3-yard touchdown pass from Deshaun Goldman to Deshaun Goldman with just seconds to play before halftime gave Denham Springs the lead. And now they have the football to open the third. 1st and 10 from their own 38. Deshaun Goldman in the pistol in front of Ray. Play fake Hayden Ray. Slant right across the middle is caught from Paul, who breaks away from the secondary. Inside the 30. Down to the Wildcat 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown Denham Springs on the first play of the second half. It is a 60-plus yard touchdown strike from Deshaun Goldman to Brenton Paul. Excellent run after the catch by Paul to get in the end zone. And there's a flag down after the play. Touchdown still counts. Looks like it's against the Wildcats, so they may be, that's a rough in the passer, so that might be tacked on after the kickoff when Central has the football back. But what a start to the third quarter for the Yellow Jackets of Denham Springs. 74 yards on the touchdown catch from Brenton Paul. And they're going crazy on the home side of the stands as Denham Springs starts the third quarter with a bang. 74-yard touchdown pass from Deshaun Goldman to Brenton Paul. It is Goldman's third touchdown pass of the game. Here's Bravo. Extra point is up. Plenty of leg, and it's good. Denham Springs gets a 74-yard touchdown catch from Brenton Paul to open the third quarter. And just like that, it is the Yellow Jackets 27, or 28, I should say, and Central 20. A little delay on the scoreboard, but it is an 8-point lead for Denham Springs to start the third quarter. And that was all Brenton Paul. Got away from the defender. May have been Bo Hill. And he caught it on Denham Springs' side of the field, but made a man miss. Outran another man to the end zone. And just like that, an 8-point lead for Denham Springs to match their largest of the game. And now a big offensive possession coming up for the Wildcats as they try to answer. So it's been a game of momentum swings. Denham scored 14 of the first 20, then 14 unanswered for the Wildcats. And now the Yellow Jackets with 14 unanswered points of their own to take a 28-20 lead with 11 minutes, 40 seconds to play in this third quarter. Apologize for the technical difficulties on tonight's broadcast, but we have the play-by-play for you nonetheless. Mario Jerez flying solo here tonight. Shout out to Coach Wesley Watts, who I'm sure is tuning in. We hope to have him join us for the next broadcast. Good effort tonight for Jonathan Bravo, the Denham Springs kicker, who's 4 for 4 on extra points and has been effective on kickoffs. He'll boot this one from the Central 45 after the roughing the passer penalty. And he puts it just short of the uprights. Nice effort by Bravo for the touchback, and the Wildcats take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. So in the first half, Central got a good effort from Max Gasso, who came into the game at quarterback in relief of Ja'Cory Platt, and Max in the first half was 3 for 6 passing with 59 yards and a touchdown. Wildcats still trying to get their run game going as they were under 50 yards rushing in that first half. And this is the first possession for Central in this third quarter, trying to answer the 74-yard touchdown reception from Brenton Paul.